Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles coming at you with another toy review. This time we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Last Jedi, the Black Series 6-inch Kylo Ren figure. And this is from the Star Wars The Last Jedi toy line from Hasbro from 2017. So the first thing we're going to do is take a close look at the packaging. So taking a look at the packaging, pretty standard, the Black Series packaging. So we have the Star Wars, the Black Series up top. We have the black with the red. It looks really nice. I like the contrast. We have a nice picture of Kylo Ren in white down here, and it just says it's Kylo Ren. You can see his cross-guarded lightsaber, and he also comes with the hilt to the lightsaber. But pretty nice looking. He is unmasked in this figure, even though it doesn't actually say unmasked like the last one did in the Force Awakens. But as we take a look at the side, it says Kylo Ren on the side, and then on the other side it says number 45, because number 45 in the 6-inch Black Series numbering. And then we have a look on the back, which shows a nice picture of Kylo Ren. It says Star Wars The Black Series. And this is Kylo Ren, and it says, growing more powerful in the dark side of the Force, Kylo Ren pursues his enemies with sinister determination. He will prove to Supreme Leader Snoke that he is truly capable and will hunt down those who caused his defeat at Starkiller Base. So, pretty standard. Looks really nice. This is pretty standard for the Black Series 6-inch, and same thing. Even the packages are almost identical for the Black Series 3 3/4 inch. That's the Walmart exclusive. It's just the scaled down thing. But let's get this guy opened up. So getting Kylo Ren out of package, you know, taking a look at this figure, being able to play with it, just compare it between the other ones I have as far as the Black Series and the Force Awakens. This is probably by far my favorite Black Series Kylo Ren so far. Now it is different, so I mean it's hard to compare it exactly, but there's just so much about this figure they did that makes it, you know, that much better. So first off, let's start off with the face sculpt. Very, very well done. It's very good. It looks very close to Adam Driver. You know, I wouldn't say it's exact, but none of these figures look typically 100% until you start getting into the Hot Toys type stuff. But we had an unmasked version of Kylo Ren in the Force Awakens, and it wasn't as good. I think it was good. I just don't think it was as good as this one. This one is a much better face sculpt. The only real downside to this one, in all honesty, and it's probably one of the two big quirks I have with this figure, is I really wish that the scar had just a little bit of pink in it, just even a light like hue of pink, because it is very difficult to pick up the scar. I mean, you know, the camera has a hard time showing it, and it's just like that in person. You know, the 3 3/4 inch one had a very, you know, blatant red bright scar. I don't think it would have had to been that dramatic, but I would have liked a little bit of pink in there. And the other major quirk I really have with this figure is when he's got his cape on, he falls over. The cape is just so heavy. It's a heavy rubber. And, you know, originally when I got this figure, I was really hoping that they would have done cloth, and I was really mad that they did that. But I really think that once I got to play with this figure enough, that I think that the rubber was the best bet. I think it looks really good. I don't know if the cloth would have looked as good on it. I think this really does a good job representing what he's supposed to look like, especially when looking at actual like photos from the movie so far that have come out. This probably looks the best, but everything about this figure is better. They even improved the lightsaber. The lightsaber looks a ton better. I mean, it's hard to see right now, but I'll actually show it to like the last version that they had. I mean, I don't compare it to the original Kylo Ren Black Series because I really didn't like that very well at all, the way they did the blade detached and stuff. I really like this look to it, but it's definitely better. They did the colorization. It's like a, you know, it's like a clear red now instead of like more of a solid red. It just looks so much better. But, you know, basic Black Series 6-inch figure here. So we have the ball joint on the head. We'll take his cape off. Like I said, his cape does come off, and it is very heavy, but very nice, very nice. You know, it's definitely movable, but he rotates at the arm, you know, moves in and out the arm. He bends at the elbow. He twists at the elbow. He rotates at the wrist. He moves up and down at the wrist on the right hand, and on the other arm it's the same. And this one, it looks like typically the Black Series, they move in and out on the left hand. This one seems to go up and down, which is a little bit different. He does rotate and move all over at the hips. He does basically rotate everywhere on his legs like a ball joint. He has a double knee joint, which is standard. He does have ankle pivot and side to side pivot, which is really nice. So pretty standard for the Black Series stuff. Like I said, he's pretty hard to stand with his cloak on, but with this it's not too bad. You know, sometimes it's a little bit difficult. But everything about this guy, his outfit, I like the way his new outfit looks. It is definitely different. They went with more rubber. The other one had more cloth over it before in the Black Series. They did the rubber on the top, and I think it works real well. Now, they always had a rubber bottom part down here. This one, the old Force Awakens, was down to like here. This one's just shorter, and then they had the cloak over it. But I like this, and it's very soft, and it does move very, very well. But let's take a closer look at him in each little section. Here you can see the face sculpt, and you can see the scar just barely. I mean, it even continues onto his neck, which is really cool. It's very subtle, though, but it's very difficult to see the scar. I mean, it's just so, you know, pale looking. I really wish they would have put just a little bit of red in it. But I mean, as far as face sculpt, it looks really, really good. You know, a really, really good representation of Adam Driver. Midsection looks great. Like I said, his tunic looks awesome. They did a great job with the detailing and the tooling to make it look fabric-like. I think it looks fantastic. The belt is really clean. You know, the original Force Awakens, Kylo Ren, that was masked. It was just painted all silver. Then the next one, they made it a little bit better. It just looked more detailed. It didn't look as sloppy at the paint. And this just is much cleaner, more detailed. And you can see how he already just falls over. It's just, you know, he's just, the weight of him is just absolutely, you know, with this cloak on, it makes it very difficult to stand. And then we go into the lightsaber. This lightsaber looks absolutely phenomenal. I don't even know if the camera's going to show it in all its glory, but it's got a clear looking plastic to it, and it just looks great. And then if we compare it to the unmasked version of Kylo Ren from The Force Awakens, you have this red solid look, and it just doesn't, you can see it there, it just doesn't look as good. I mean, it's painted a little bit different as far as the hilt color, but I mean, mostly the details there. It might even be the same mold. It's real hard to tell, but this clear plastic looks 100 times better. And it also does come with a unignited lightsaber, which you can attach to his belt, which I'll show in 1 second. On his belt, he has a little slit where you can slide in, his unignited lightsaber. There's a very tiny little tab on his lightsaber, and you basically just pop it in there. And let's see if I'll get him to stand. And it just looks like that. And like I said, it looks really, really good. Like I said, they did an overall fantastic job with this figure. Take a look at the backside with the cloak on. You can just see it just looks like a leather cloak. It looks awesome. It looks cloth-like with that leather pleather look to it. They did a great job. And you know, looking at the 3 3/4 inch figure, you know, it looked like it had these little slashes in it that looked like it was like battle worn. It actually looks like these are actually pleats sewn in that, and you can see that with great detail on this, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Here you can see the molding in his hair. I mean, everything just looks good. And as you go down, you can see his tunic just looks fantastic, and you can see there's the lightsaber attached to him. They did a great job with detail on this guy. Finally, for size comparison, here we have 3 different Kylo Ren figures. The one on the left is the Last Jedi 3 3/4 inch standard figure. The one in the center is the one we're reviewing right now, which is the Last Jedi 6 inch Black Series. And the one on the right is the Force Awakens 6 inch Black Series, and that's the unmasked version. And you can see the size, you know, Kylo Ren's basically the same size. It's just, when you kind of compare them, you can see the one on the right, how it has more cloth on his cloak. I think I prefer the rubberized version more in the center. I just think it's fantastic. And like I said, his lightsaber just looks so good in the center compared to the one on the right. You know, both face sculpts are very good when you compare them. You know, he had more of a bushy hair in the Force Awakens as opposed to this new one where he's got this longer, like, flowing hair. And I think the face sculpt, when really looking at them, they definitely do represent the differences, you know, in the movie. The one on the right, the unmasked one, is just more pale looking, so it doesn't look as good on camera. It probably should have more white. But, you know, the only thing, like I said, I love the 3 3/4 inch series. I love that Kylo Ren on the left. I just think because he's got that red scar on his face and it can be seen so easily, I really think the only thing they could have done better with this Black Series 6 inch Kylo Ren would be just to make that scar a little bit more pink. You know, even when you look in the production photos and stuff, and the photos they've shown of the movie so far, it's got that little bit of pink in it, so you can definitely see it. I wish they would have done that. You know, his cloak is really heavy. It makes him fall over, but there's really not much they could have done. A cloth one wouldn't have made it look as good. I really think that rubberized version is better. And you know, a lot of times with the Black Series, you want more of that cloth stuff. I just think here, it fits much better to have that rubberized version. And even the 3 3/4 inch one is hard to stand because his cloak is very heavy and thick. But like I said, everything about it is just unbelievable. Like I said, Kylo Ren is probably my favorite character so far in the new trilogy. I like him. I like where they're going with him. I like Adam Driver's portrayal of Kylo Ren and his, you know, pull to the light as opposed to, you know, people being pulled to the dark side. I just think it's just a cool character, and I really, really enjoy it. And like I said, I have almost every single Kylo Ren figure. I'll probably do some form of comparisons, probably between the 2 Black Series that we see up here, and maybe even the 3 3/4 inch. And I really hope they do a 3 3/4 inch Black Series, the Walmart exclusive one, because I'll get that as well. I mean, like I said, I love Kylo Ren, and I absolutely love this figure, and I definitely recommend it. But once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.